Football brings joys and sorrows, and somewhere in between them are weird moments that no one expects. Today, we've brought you 14 of the weirdest moments that will blow anyone's mind. Let's get started. 14. Frankie's unusual injury attempt. Starting off with the moment when Frankie de Jong attempted to injure his opponent, but in a bizarre way. Playing foul, diving into legs, and hitting with elbows are some conventional ways of injuring players. But de Jong had something else in mind. While the opponent jumped for the ball, little Frankie literally grabbed his penis. Football fans made fun of him, saying that he couldn't resist seeing such a handsome guy. But this was nothing compared to what this Newcastle player did. 13. Newcastle's keeper's strange mistake. The Newcastle keeper, Dubravka, made a mistake during a match that nearly cost him his career. It goes back to the match when the ball was shot towards the goalpost. As the opponent was running towards it, Dubravka rushed to the edge of the penalty area, but that was the time when he made a deadly mistake. Instead of grabbing the ball, he served it to the striker with an empty goalpost. Thanks to the defender's successful tackle and Dubravka's rapid attempt to save, the match still stayed in their hands. This was nothing compared to what this Spanish keeper did. Casillas' crazy ignorance. Football keepers are renowned for their great ball-checking abilities, and we rarely see them making these sorts of mistakes. The former Spanish keeper, Casillas, made a mistake that exposed him to a lot of criticism. The ball was going into the poles, and he was in a position to stop it, but he preferred to ignore it the way we ignore our studies. But this player didn't ignore the resident who was watching the match without paying for the ticket. Valverde's balcony encounter. Valverde, a player, had a bizarre incident where he was almost knocked out by a spectator watching a match from the balcony. Balcony watching a match without a ticket? You must be thinking I've gone mad. Actually, there was a residency building right along the ground. A resident was watching the match from the 5th story. Valverde actually shot the ball, and it literally hit him right in the head. Of course, it was unintentional, but it changed a pathetic shoot into a funny moment. Referee strip show. In this moment, a referee unintentionally gave fans a strip show during a game.
Show? See the officials are getting stripped.
Players are subjected to show their bodies, but the way these referees were displayed changing their shirt was actually too weird. But this wasn't as weird as what Pep Guardiola did. Pep switching languages. The ex-Spanish player Pep is for sure the best manager in football these days, but another thing where he's quite impressive is his ability to speak 5 languages.
Guten Abend, buenas tardes. Es el resultado, influye poco porque si piensas que tienes que reservar un resultado...
And this led him to shuffling languages during a press conference after the UCL match. He started in German but accidentally went on in Spanish. This resulted in a humorous situation. Joe Hart's unique communication. Joe Hart, a goalkeeper, had a distinctive way of communicating, or I'd say expressing himself during a match. His team was having a hard time and he was too frustrated. As the ball went into the audience, he showed his frustration while asking for it in a pretty inconvenient way. But then the fans aren't even coming anywhere less than these players. But goalkeeper's madness doesn't stop here. Lukas Hradecky red card. The Finnish goalkeeper Lukas Hradecky is known for brilliant goalkeeping skills, but he's also infamous for doing some drunk stuff. Like here he scored an own goal while making his shoot, and it doesn't stop there.
A stumble there, red card.
This man is crazy the way he took the balls into his hands while being outside the box. This led him to the fastest red card a goalkeeper ever received. Schalke fans' spectacular balance. During COVID times, a fan of German club Schalke did something incredible. He demonstrated incredible balancing 3 beers at a time on his bald head. What made it even more extraordinary was the fact that he was cheering the team along. After getting noticed, he even balanced 5 beers, but at the time it was clear that he's a bartender and nothing more. The confusing handball. For the next incident, we have to go back to 2014. In this incident, there was confusion regarding a handball involving Oxlade-Chamberlain and Kieran Gibbs.
Surely not a third. It is Hazard. They're claiming handball.
But before this confusion, the defender made a dumb try for a header on a ball that was already going out and ended up touching it. This led to a penalty. But the drama wasn't over yet, as the referee preferred to give him a red card, but instead of giving it to Chamberlain, he ended up showing it to Kieran Gibbs. It's a fact that they both resemble each other, but still making this sort of mistake makes no sense. Erling Haaland's unique talents. Erling Haaland is a world-class striker, isn't he? You ain't gonna believe, but he has talents beyond the football field. You might have heard about the band called Flow Kings. You'd be amazed to know that he was a part of it. Not just a part, he was the main rapper. He even released his song with them back in 2016. The legendary R9's memorable haircut. Brazilian star Ronaldo, often referred to as R9, sported an iconic and unconventional haircut just before the 2002 World Cup. He was having a lot of injuries in those days, so he wanted to divert that attention. So he came up with an absurd haircut that stole all the attention, and he inspired his team to victory.
Remember, I had a little injury, muscle injury.
The haircut became legendary in the world of football and an inspiration for young football players as well. Rene Higuita, the attacking goalkeeper. Rene Higuita was a goalkeeper known for his unconventional style of play. He was often seen venturing far out of his goal area and even participating in attacks.
Redknapp. Goodness me, have you ever seen anything like that in your life from a goalkeeper?
He scored more than 40 goals, and his scorpion kick is the weirdest thing a goalkeeper ever attempted. Sergio Ramos's mysterious exit. At first spot, we have none other than Ramos's mysterious exit. During the 74th minute of a match in 2017, Sergio Ramos whispered something in the referee's ears and left the pitch mysteriously, leaving everyone confused. What made it even more questionable was his return after a couple of minutes. Things got cleared when Zidane told in his press conference that he ran away to go to the bathroom.
Sergio, bueno, yo creo que se ha cagado un poco. Ha ido al baño un minuto y bueno, ha vuelto.
These were some weirdest moments from the world of football. Make sure you give it a like and share with your fellows.